Now, I've been sent a short clip which is a proof, well, apparently is proof of globe Earth curve.
Globe Earth curve. As opposed to what? Flat Earth curve? Level Earth curve? Cuboid Earth curve? Donut-shaped curve? Earth curve? Oh, just let's get on with it, shall we? Yes, how do, dearest viewer, and welcome back to my little corner of the YouTubies. Thank you all so much for joining me. Now, please, before we go any further, like, share and subscribe. That would be amazing. Thank you all so much. And please, come and join me on Patreon or become a channel member. Before we go even further, massive shout out to these guys: Sven Bellens, Bob Sadler, Alan L, Crystal Bergerall, Cheeky Vlogs and District Driver. Thank you all so very, very much. Yes, and today's victim is unimaginable moron and pretend flat earther, Mr. Level Earth Observer. Yes, he is a guy who pretends that the earth is either flat or level or what have you. So, just for shits and giggles basically. So he can go down to the pub after a hard day's playing with his toy cranes and say to his mates, yes, I conned a few more people today into thinking that I think the earth is flat. What a wiener. So let's take a look at one of his videos, shall we, and completely dismantle all of his arguments.
Now, I've been sent a short clip which is a proof, well, apparently is proof of globe Earth curve. Something we've all been looking for years.
No, it's something that flat earthers have been looking for years, and when they're shown evidence that the earth is a globe, they simply deny it.
Apparently, it's been found. The problem is, when we look at this footage, the only thing this is proof of is people's misunderstandings.
Well, the only thing that it's proof of, if you'll permit me to interrupt, is proof of your misunderstandings and the complete and utter denial of any evidence that the earth is a globe by you and your flat earth chums.
It baffles me how people struggle to discern the most simplistic things. Oh dear, bear with me.
Well, we have something in common there, because it baffles me too. You are in complete and Let's think for 1 second. If you are a genuine flat earther, if you don't think that the earth is a globe and you think it's level, whatever shape level is, let's think for a second that you are genuine. I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Many hours later.
No, I remember. Whoops. Anyway, just imagine, like I said, just imagine, or let me imagine, that you are genuine in your cultist beliefs that the earth isn't a sphere. Why don't you go out and measure it? See, this is one of the things that convinces me that you are a con artist, is because you don't actually go out and do the experiments for yourself. This is a prime example of it. So get out of your toy crane just for once in your life, stay out of the pub and keep away from fish and chip shops, and go out and measure the earth for yourself.
So this is the clip. Some of you may have seen this clip before.
Yep, I have.
Essentially, it's National Geographic trying to show Earth curvature by sending a boat out away from the view of the cameras with this striped flag on it. And this is what was cited as proof of Earth curve. But as we're about to see, well, I'll tell you what, I'll play the clips, only 50 seconds long or so. I'll play it through its entirety, then I'll come back and break it down, okay?
No, Mr. Flat Earth Observer, no. It's evidence of Earth curve, it's not proof. I don't like the word proof. And if you don't know who James Underdown is, he's got a brother called Ida, and he's set up a centre for inquiry, if you will. He aims to mitigate belief in pseudoscience. And one of his groups, or one of the groups that he's involved with, has offered up $250,000 for proof of the supernatural. So he's a bit like James Randi, if you will. Rest in peace, James. Sorely miss that man.
This is the boat-based target. It's horizontal stripes. We're going to launch a small boat out into the water here with a striped target. And as it gets farther and farther out, he'll start to lose the stripes.
And what's really interesting is that some of the flat earthers, including Mark Sargent, are actually going to be here for this test.
Yes, Mark Sargent there. Any excuse for a photo opportunity, that man. He would turn up to the opening of an envelope if it meant he got a bit of exposure. And he has to wear that t-shirt because he's so dumb that he doesn't even know his own name sometimes.
The test is starting right now. At first, all the stripes are clearly visible. But sure enough, as the boat reaches the horizon, the stripes begin to disappear, one by one.
Lost about 1.5 stripes.
Right.
Yes, something that the globe model perfectly predicts. And something that Mr. Level Earth Observer is just going to deny. And what follows now is the biggest amount of word guffery that you will ever hear in your entire lives. And just as a little bit of a side note, at the end of that experiment, they go and interview the flat earthers and say, like, you know, well, look at this evidence here. What do you think? And the flat earthers all deny it. Predictable.
And we'll stop it there. We've got these guys at a distance. We had this shot where apparently now the bottom of the flag is obstructed by Earth curvature. Let me just come back a smidge. And we had that shot. Pretty much, I think it's the same shot, just the other one is zoomed in, okay? But that is cited as proof of Earth curvature.
Evidence of Earth curvature.
Okay, bear with me. And this is what baffles me, that people can't discern and work this out for themselves. They get fooled by propaganda pieces like this from National Geographic, where cunningly they're trying to sell the lie of curvature here.
Oh, they're not trying to sell anything, you moron. It was an independent group that did the experiment themselves, and National Geographic just filmed it. Simples.
By showing this flag appearing to show obstruction. Now, if that was down to a physical globe Earth curve, then at the point that the boat is obstructed in the flag, from that point on, the horizon would be dipping below. You've got to remember, the viewer here, the camera, us, we are the highest point of the globe. Everything, according to the globe theory, is dropping away from us anyway. So it's bizarre that the horizon's rising up to meet the sky there anyway.
The horizon rises to meet the... Oh. This is why I'm convinced that this man is a con man, because nobody is this stupid. Not even your average flurf. Not even your bloody Joe Bloggs Young Earth creationist. Even they're not this stupid. I'm just... Also, have you not heard of refraction? You know, the bending of light as it passes from one transparent substance into another transparent substance? Have you not heard of this? Refraction also makes things appear higher in the background than what they actually are. For instance, the horizon.
Then they say you've got curvature obstructing the flag and the boat. But bizarrely enough, when we zoom in, the horizon is actually behind the boat. So if it was physical Earth curve obstructing the flag, then you wouldn't have the horizon behind the boat, would you? Come on, wake up. Especially you who sent me this tosh.
Oh, it's because of Earth curve that you get a horizon in the first flipping place. You can't have a horizon if the Earth is flat or level. You can't get one because there will be a vanishing point. So where's the horizon there? There isn't one, is there? You can only get this on a globe.
You've got lots of disturbances on the surface of the water here.
Well, it's not a very accurate experiment. It's not a very detailed experiment. All it is just an example of Earth curve. Because the further away you go, you know, things will disappear bottom first. Even over land, they will disappear bottom first. But this is over water, so obviously the stripes disappear bottom first. It's just an example, and it's perfectly predicted by the globe model and not at all predicted by any flat earther or any level earth dipstick.
The viewer, us and the camera are low to the water here, so we're viewing through the densest medium you can get here. Low level above a body of water, a choppy body of water, which again is going to cause obstruction. We've also got to take into account our eyes, the limit of our vision. So all these different things are at play here. And of course, we can verify what I've just said with practical references using bodies of water.
Yes, as I've mentioned, it's just a guide, that's all. It's just showing you what the globe model predicts. Simples. I have 2 questions for you, Mr. Level Earth Bullcrapper. 1. Why can't we see the beach on the other side? And for 2, why didn't you mention refraction in your little rant?
We know large standing bodies of water can't display convexity upon its surface.
Oh. You are wrong. Water conforms to the forces acting upon it, and it's just as simple as that. As my late great friend once said, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
So we know how water behaves.
Well, us normal people know how water behaves. You don't.
So we know water doesn't have the ability to behave in the way and the manner in which the globes say.
Yes, it does. And globes can talk now.
And of course, we've only got to zoom in on this image to see the horizon behind the boat, above it, appearing above it, above the cut-off point.
I've already explained that. It's called refraction.
So if that obstruction of the flag and the boat was due to physical Earth curvature, then from that point on, the Earth would be descending downwards. But that's not what we see.
No, it isn't what we see, because you clearly don't know what down is either. Down is towards your feet, you clown.
You've got the horizon behind the boat. So it's obviously an optical thing. With some water as well, obviously you've got disruptions on the surface. Sorry, pal, who thought this was somehow evidence. Like I say, I'll zoom into the cutoff point, which is there. That's where supposedly Earth curve is blocking this flag. But as we can see, the horizon is behind it, appearing above it. Impossible. If what we're seeing was down to Earth curve. It's obviously optical.
But everything that you see is optical. God's sake. Oh, no. He has to be pretending here. He's got to be. Nobody is this stupid. And I've explained about refraction. I've explained about the horizon. Yes, the water is choppy. It's just a rough guide.
And that statement I've just made is backed by every single scientific demonstration involving a large standing body of water.
No, nothing you say is ever backed by any science whatsoever. You claim that we're not a spinning, oscillating cannonball flying in all different directions through space. That's backed up by science, is it? No, it isn't.
That's why I always cross-reference. Any observation I'm going to cite has to be backed by demonstrable reality, i.e. a test involving a large standing body of water that backs its claims. Obviously, most observations we look at are over bodies of water, which is why I do it. I back my observation up with the very substance I'm viewing over, water.
But you haven't made any observations. This is somebody else's video. And why are you still not talking about refraction?
So with this being cited as proof of globe Earth curve,
Evidence of Earth curve.
well, the only thing this is proof of, I'm afraid to say.
Your personal incredulity? Your misunderstanding and denial of evidence? You not mentioning refraction? Your con artistry?
is one, the dishonesty of National Geographic, somehow citing this as some globe Earth proof, when in fact it's quite the opposite.
Oh, the opposite, you say? So the Earth is level. The Earth is flat. Right. So why can't we see the base of those cliffs in the background? Why can't we see the boat? Why can't we see the stripes? You've tried to explain it away by simply saying, well, the water's a bit choppy. But why can't you do the experiment yourself and find out for yourself?
And two, showing the lack of discernment and common sense in anyone who cites this tosh as somehow proof of globe Earth. I mean, how can you have obstruction here, bottom of the flag, by a physical Earth curve, if the horizon's behind it and higher? Come on, wake up, folks, for fuck's sake.
Yes, wake up to the fact that Level Earth Observer is a clown and con man. Anyway, that's Mr. Level Earth Observer, all done, dusted and delivered for your viewing displeasure. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please join me on the next one this Sunday, 8 PM, for the Sunday Stupid. Ta-ra for a bit.